All right, we are in Algebra 1, Lesson 2-5, equations with parentheses. Let's see if this tablet is working. It looks like it is. Today's date is Friday, September 11th, so 9/11/2020. Again, doesn't like writing up there. Our objective, who wants to read it? Quiet raised hand. Ripley, go for it.
Solve equations with distribution and variables on both sides.
There it is. Yeah, thank you. All right, so before solving an equation, we need to simplify. And you need to simplify both sides of the equation. This is what we were talking about yesterday in our last lesson, 2-4. And just as a reminder, simplifying means you're doing PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. You first go down and then you come back up with PEMDAS. So this first step that I'm talking right here is doing the simplify. And you need to do it to both sides. And then after you simplify, then you can start solving. And I can't type here, so solve. So you need to simplify both sides of the equation. There should be no what? Or maybe we can even jump ahead. What are the things that we are always asked to add together? There's two words here. I think Ripley has an idea, but I'm gonna wait for more hands. No? Okay, go for it, Ripley.
I was gonna say decimals.
Good guess, but not quite. The word I was looking for, oh, yeah, someone else. Oh, there's multiple people that are raising a hand. Yeah, let's give it to Yesenia.
Like terms.
There it is, yeah, like terms.
I couldn't remember. I was like, I know, but I can't remember.
Yeah, you need to make sure that all your like terms are added, and specifically for today, our word of the day is parentheses, and instead of actually writing out the word parentheses, I'm just gonna write the symbol parentheses. There should be no of those symbols parentheses. Make sure that they're all gone and used up. If you need to distribute on both sides, then do that. Just get rid of the parentheses and add all like terms. Okay, so here's an example. We're solving for P. So first, again, we're going to be simplifying using order of operations, going down with PEMDAS. So who wants to do that step for us? See, Jose's ready. Yeah, Jose.
Okay, so first you have to do the parentheses. It's 4 times 5 and 4 times P. 4 times 5 equals 20. And 4 times P equals negative P equals negative 4P or minus P, 4P. Minus.
Yeah, cool, thank you. And I'll go ahead and rewrite the rest of the equation. So minus 3 equals 4P plus 1. Yeah, thank you. And can you turn your camera on if you don't mind?
Sure.
Thanks. Okay. What do we do next? Are we still simplifying? Can we solve? What should we do? What's our next step? Alden.
We should add 20 and 3 together, which is 17.
Nice, yeah. And I'll remember that we always include the sign in front of it, just like Alden said. So 20 minus 3 is indeed 17. So these two add up to 17. And then I'm going to rewrite the rest of the equation still. So minus 4P is equal to 4P plus 1. Perfect. Giorgio, are you ready for the next step? Is that hand? Yeah, go for it. Uh-oh, can't hear you. Oh no, it says that you're unmuted, but I can't hear you. So it's an issue with, have you had headphones before? Yeah, okay. Are you trying to say add 4p to both sides? Yeah, okay. So let's do it. Add 4p to both sides, everyone. Add 4p. Add 4p. All right. And just because we're having mic issues, I'll go ahead and help you out here. Those 4p's are gone. It's kind of hard to hold up 17 just with fingers, unless you know binary with your fingers. But yeah, 17 is on the left. On the right-hand side, 4 plus 4, so 8p. We still have that plus 1. We're getting close. We have 2 more steps. Someone new. What do we do? I see your hand, Ripley, but I'm going to call someone new. Thank you for still letting me know that you know what you're doing. Once I get everyone in, then I can call on people multiple times. I like to try to hear everyone's voice at least once a day. All right, someone new. So I haven't heard from Diego, Ashley, Carlos, Haiti. That's it. Yeah, so one of those people. Help me, what do I do now? And just as a hint, we are trying to get variables on one side and the constants are just the normal numbers on the other side. So how am I gonna separate sides? Someone new. I think Diego's trying to raise his hand or he's clapping. I'm gonna go with you, Diego, go for it.
Okay, so I think what we do is we add 17 and 1.
Add 17 and 1. So yeah, read for me the line that you have after you add those two.
So you would get 18 equals 8p, which I don't think is right.
Okay, yeah, so there's a tiny error. So right now, I see like 1 and 17 and you're just adding like terms, it sounds like. So unfortunately, the 1 is on the other side of the equal sign. So the only way to combine those two is to move the 1 away from this right-hand side, to subtract 1 from the right-hand side and subtract 1 from the left-hand side.
Okay.
So you're gonna still help me though. So if I subtract 1 on both sides, Seek is here. Then the 1's cancel out, and then what is our new equation after subtracting 1 from both sides?
16 equals 8p.
There it is. Yeah, thank you. All right, and then we have our final step. What do we do to both sides of this equation to get p by itself? Right now, we're saying p times 8. We need to do the inverse operation of times 8. I know there are some hands that have already been called on before. Thank you for showing me that you know what you're doing. I'm gonna call on someone new. And let's go with Ashley.
Okay. I do not know.
Okay, so I'll help you out. Right now we're saying p times 8. So what's the opposite or the inverse operation of times 8?
Division.
Yeah, so divide by 8. So we're going to divide both sides by 8, and you're still going to help me. Divide by 8, divide by 8. So those 8s are canceled out now because anything divided by itself is 1. Or just, so 1p is just p. So my new equation is p on the right, but what do I have on the left, Ashley?
16 divided by 8.
Yep, and then that simplifies to what? What is 16 divided by 8?
2.
Yeah, 2. Cool, thank you. And we box our final answer. All right, and then we have another one. All right, I assume that everyone's already copied down this problem because you guys were certainly already copied down number 3 before we started. So we have negative, and then in parentheses 4 plus 2c is equal to 6 times the quantity of negative 3c plus 2.
Oh, I have something to say.
Yes,
think-
go for it, Jose.
Problems. So can I do Khan Academy while you finish this one?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. By all means, everyone go ahead of me. Like, try to do, like, if you have already solved this, then you can go ahead to example 3, or you can do the homework. Like, you can multitask. I trust you guys. But just be ready for me to call on you, because I can't tell if you're here or doing Khan Academy. So, yeah, first steps. We obviously need to simplify if we can, which we definitely can. There are parentheses, and we need to get rid of those parentheses somehow. What is our first step? I have not heard from Carlos, Zeke, or Haiti yet, so it has to be one of you three.
I just got here because I slept through my alarm.
Oh, that's okay. Here, I'll get you to participate right away, even though you might not be writing this down. I need to distribute. You can either distribute this negative, which is really -1, into each of these two terms, or you can distribute the 6 into these two terms. Which one do you want to do? And then,
I'd say let's distribute the 6.
okay, tell me what to write.
So then you'd have 6 times 3 is -18c plus 12.
There it is. Cool. You're in for the day. Thank you. All right. Between Haiti and Carlos now, who wants to distribute the -1? Yeah, you want to go for it? Haiti, go for it.
So would it be -4?
So far, so good?
-2c? Oh, -2c.
-2c. Thank you. All right. So far, we're good. Notice that every like term has been added. There's nothing I can add together and simplify on the left. There's nothing that I can simplify on the right. So now it's time to solve. So there's really, you can choose any side for variables. I could choose the left side or the right side. It's your choice. So, okay, Carlos, it's your turn. What is the next step that you want to do here, Carlos? And I can't tell if you're there because your camera's off. ¿Estás ahí, Carlos? All right. ¿Qué quieres hacer ahora?
¿Qué necesitas hacer para resolver el problema?
No sé.
Okay, we could, I'm not sure how the translation works, but we could add, we could undo 4, we could add 4. We could add 2c. Just do the, necesitamos hacer el opuesto de nuestras operaciones or operations.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Así, ¿qué operación quieres hacer, Carlos?
¿Qué operación quiero hacer? Dijo.
Ajá.
No,
Dice que puedes añadir 4 a los dos lados o
Ujú.
a los dos lados. ¿Cuál quieres hacer?
4.
Okay.
At both sides.
Okay, I'm still not done, Carlos. I know. I need more help though. No hay un 4 ahora. Solamente tenemos negativo 2c. Pero mi pregunta para ti es, ¿qué tenemos en la derecha?
Menos 18c.
Sí.
Ujú.
Más.
Y
Más 12.
más
12 es eso, ¿no?
12 más 4 es...
¿Cuánto es 12 más 4?
Ujú.
¿Qué es?
¿Cuánto? ¿Qué es?
12 más 4 es 16.
Bueno, okay. Thank you. All right. Everyone's in. Woohoo! All right. Now we can get multiple people again. Thank you, Carlos. Gracias.
Okay.
What do we do next? Anyone? It's up for grabs. I know a lot of people have been waiting patiently. I really appreciate it. Giorgio, go for it. Oh, still can't hear you, darn. You want to try to move over the 2C, the 18C, or the 16? What option are you going to go for? The 2C, the 18C, or the 16? Option 1, 2, the 18C. Are you going to add or subtract? You're going to move it over by adding. Yes, I see. Okay, so plus 18C, plus 18C. And obviously those are going to go away. Negative 18C and positive 18C is 0C, and 0 times anything. Like 0 times
Does it
C
work
is
now?
just 0. It works now. How'd you fix it? What'd you do?
For some reason, it was picking up an external microphone because I've never seen that selection before. I don't think these headphones have microphone, but I
Huh.
don't know how it's picking it up. So,
All right, cool. I'm glad you figured it out. Okay, so help me out then. Since I have you on voice, what is the left-hand side of our equation?
16C.
There it is, 16C. Thank you. And another volunteer. We have the equation 16C is equal to 16. We have one final step. What do we do to both sides to solve? Yeah, Diego, go for it.
We divide them by each other.
Each other. What do you mean by each other? What is it? Am I dividing by 16C or dividing by 16?
By 16.
Yeah, okay. Divide by 16, divide by 16. All right, so obviously I see the 16 and 16 cancels each other out. I'm left with just a C on the left-hand side. But what about the right-hand side, Diego? 16 divided by 16, what is that?
16 divided by 16. 1.
1. All right, then we're done. Thank you, Diego. All right, so that's I guess I need to edit the objective because Khan Academy this year added new material, which is the second half of the page. But give me a fist of 5. How well do you understand these types of problems? I see a 5, 4, a 5, a 4, a 5, a 4, a raise hand, a 4. Is it a question, Jose? Yeah, go for it.
On Khan Academy, instead of putting a number, they put 2 like on letters.
2 letters?
Not like 2 on like how you write it, like 2 W O T W O.
Oh, TWO, yeah.
And that got me confused. I was like, what?
Huh, that's weird. I'll have to go take a look at that. Okay. Let's go on to example 3 and 4. So, and I feel really bad because I don't have enough space to do the Spanish translation. So I'm sorry, Carlos. Jose, I might need your help to try to translate options A, B, and C when we get there. But I know some of you guys are still copying this down, so I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to make sure you have everything down here. All right, so this type of homework is really based on, do you do the same thing to both sides? If you can and get from one equation to the next, then they're the same. But if you want to move from one equation to the other and you only can modify one side and you can't keep the sides balanced, that means that they are not equal. So let's see one example of one and one of the other. So I have these two equations, 4x minus 2 plus x is equal to x minus 1, 5x plus x is equal to x minus 1. How do I get from B to A? So, and it doesn't really matter the order. You could say from A to B and it's kind of the same answer. But how do I get from here to here? That's the question, right? That's a horrible question mark. And it looks like I'm really asking from A to B in this case. Looks like Jose has an answer. Anyway, so yeah, so if it doesn't really matter which direction I'm moving. I guess I should probably change my equations around so it makes more sense. But yeah, so if I look at this, 4x and x. If I combine those like terms, oh man, this is not going to work out very well. I made a mistake in making this problem last night. But it looks like we can't get from one to the other.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, well, this is exactly what's supposed to happen, because look at this. So if I just subtract this x away, oh, but then there's gonna be 2 answers. Okay, I messed up in making this problem. Darn, but the whole point is, like, if I do one thing to this side, I get rid of an x, I combine like terms, 4x and x turns into 5x, and I also have to add 2. Like, I'm only modifying one side and I'm not touching the other side. If I'm only doing something to one side, then the answer is something along the lines of they're not equivalent. So I'm gonna skip down here. Not equivalent. I mean, we could make this problem similar to Khan Academy if you wanna make a minor modification to this. So the minor modification is if we change this to a 4x instead of a 5x, then really all we need to do is add 2 to both, or add 2 to this equation A, so plus 2, and then it turns into equation B, which means we're just adding or subtracting from one side. So the correct answer would have been A if we made the modification. Okay, hopefully I didn't make a mistake in example 4. Let's see. I was up way too late making this. Okay, well, hold on. Before I move too fast, if we make the modification, I still have 4x plus x, 4x plus x. The only change that I made was I added 2 to the left-hand side. And since I didn't do the same thing to both sides, they are not balanced. They are not equivalent. Can you just flash me a fist of 5? Because I feel like I have confused everyone. How well do you understand the fact that we're only modifying one side, so that means that they're not equivalent? I'm getting 4s, 3s. I was expecting 2s and 1s from the confused faces, but it seems like you guys know what's going on. Okay, let's go down here to example number 4. How can we get equation B from equation B to equation A? And it looks like, oh yeah, okay, I'll let you guys do the analysis here. Are you doing the same thing to both sides? Are you doing just something to one side? What are we actually doing here? I want to hear from a student on this one, because I mean, obviously I made a mistake in the last one, but yeah, let's hear from Zeke.
Well, you could get rid of the 2 if you just added 2, but you could add it to both sides, and then 2 plus 5 equals 7.
Okay, yeah, so we're adding something to both sides. So adding something from one side or both sides. Okay, it's both sides. So the correct answer is B. And because we kept both sides equal, then the answer here is yes. Yes, they're equivalent.
Hi, Mr. Sindo.
Hello. You came in for the last 30 seconds of class, but
Yeah, sorry, my computer died and then I had to update.
Oh no. Okay. Well, darn. I'm sorry. I'll put this video up online for you.
Oh, okay, thank you.